Hi, good evening. Community Engagement Commission meeting is tonight on Wednesday, January the 15th, 2025, 6:00 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order. So prior before calling roll call, I'd like to know, is anybody online, Evan, from the CEC?
Mark is online.
Okay. Hi, Mark. Good evening. Okay, no other CEC member is online? Okay, with that, before we call roll call, David had a proposal he would like to put out before the commission.
As many or maybe all of you know, Cynthia has taken on a new business venture the last few months. And it's one of those positions where it's starting up. She says it's going well. She and I talked last week. And her startup role with this largely requires her to be at that new job during the night of CEC meeting. So I was thinking in light of having lost Aaron recently, I was thinking about the important role every member of this group brings their own unique expertise, experiences, the special addition each individual brings to this. So definitely we don't want to lose Cynthia. So trying to head her off of the pass for the concern that what if she turns in a letter of resignation because of her job situation. So I called her up last week and I would like to put out to this group the idea of, and we would need a motion on this, to offer Cynthia a 3-month leave of absence. That would mean she's still a member. We don't remove her from the commission for missing 3 meetings in a row, which is, I think, city policy for all boards and commissions. And this would not be like a rolling over leave of absence. Cynthia thought that things she felt would be in good shape in about within 3 months. So she could be an active meeting participant again after the 3 months is over. If she happens to be able to be here in February, great. We don't have to count that one on her. But I would just like to offer the idea for somebody to make a motion to allow Cynthia a 3-month leave of absence. And we won't have to worry about excusing her or not excusing her for the next 3 meetings if you so do.
Could I ask a question on that? So let's say Cynthia can, like maybe she comes in late tonight or she comes in on February. You're saying 3 months, so that does not count against Cynthia's 3-month.
I would say make that part of your motion if that's how you want to go.
That's what I was thinking. We need to. So, and if she does show up, then that will not.
You could make it part of your motion that
Yes.
the leave of absence is extended for 1 more meeting.
Yes.
1 more monthly meeting.
And that's what, okay. So with David's proposal, we need to make a motion.
That we extend to
Cynthia.
that we extend to Cynthia
Camponi.
a 3-month leave of absence from the commission, during which time, if she's able to attend any given meeting, that leave of absence would be extended for an additional month, so that in total, she could miss 3 meetings without any consequences.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Yay.
So with that, we can go on to roll call.
And can we call it the Gamboni rule from now on? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we can call it, yes. Yeah, that's the new, yeah. The Cynthia Gamboni rule. So commissioners, Summer Darrow,
Here.
Harleen Fisher-Marr,
Here.
Bill Norman,
Here.
Mark Saba. Okay. So approvals, we're going to be looking at the agenda, the minutes of the meeting of November 20th. I do have a correction on the November 20th, and then the minutes of the meeting on December 18th. So let's, agenda, is it approved as is? Any revisions?
Make a motion that we approve the agenda as written today.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Agenda is approved. So the minutes of meeting November 20th, 2024. So under approvals, there's need to be a change in the name. It says ASUM to ASMUS.
Where was that?
Under
First line
approvals,
under approval.
Under approvals.
Asmus.
Okay.
Although,
Do I hear a motion?
no, because
No. Okay.
there was a motion to excuse, but Commissioner Norman was present
For November?
for November.
Oh, okay. So that
And it
makes,
shows me present at the roll call.
Yep, it does.
so we need to remove,
Are you not remembering that?
I remember,
Oh,
so
yeah.
long ago.
I didn't
No,
bring
it's just
my
because you weren't
notes.
here last time, I guess.
Huh. I wonder if that was just a carryover from the earlier meeting. Okay.
Huh.
okay, let me go on the 20th. Are there any other corrections? We have to remove from the excuse list Commissioner Norman and to change the spelling from ASUM to ASMUS.
And
Well,
that
he
sentence actually
seconded
says
it.
it was
Seconded.
by
He
you.
seconded it, so I think he was there.
Okay.
Did you
So
see that,
there's a
Bill?
second?
That you said?
Yeah, I do indeed.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
I
Who moved it? Who seconded?
I seconded this time too.
Yeah.
It just hit me, guys. I'm sorry.
How about I
That-
moved
that-
it?
You moved it.
Bill seconded his
Yeah.
move to excuse himself. Oh, that's
He
funny.
planned it that way.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
good, Bill.
He did. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any, Ellen opposed? Okay, motion carries. Minutes with those corrections are now approved. Any public comments?
Did
in
you
the-
approve the?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh,
Oh, well, yeah, the minutes of this, sorry.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes for December's meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Approved.
Easiest minutes I've ever written in my life.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
no quorum.
Before we go into public comment, I just gotta make a statement.
Okay,
Now that we have Cynthia on leave for 3 months, it's gonna be imperative for us to make the meetings because we're only one shy of a quorum. So just something to keep in mind. Make sure we keep those every third Wednesday circled. Make sure we're all here, so.
And as always, in the event that a couple of you may be busy, and that's happened with a couple of our golfers here last year, the option is always there to reschedule the meeting too,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
if we have enough lead time.
That's true.
all right. Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome. For you, anything, Robin.
Well, thank you. Okay, public comments. No one's out. I don't see anybody in the audience, but is anybody online?
Engaging.
Engaging.
So,
Okay,
Ruby.
David, City Hall updates.
Feel free to ask questions or comments on both January and December. I do have one addition that came up like 3:30 this afternoon, just so you folks are aware of it. Our public work staff, and this has been kind of known for a while, they're going to be doing a Mission Avenue overlay project sometime later this spring into the summer. And I was informed this afternoon that they're wanting to do some kind of a open house, question and answer session, informational session, possibly sometime around 3 weeks from now. So as I get the information on that, I will share it to you. We don't know a date yet. We don't know a location. Could be here, could be the library, maybe.
Now, who's this?
Who-
It's our Public Works Department. There's a,
So what are we gonna do? What, you said question and answer. What do
it's,
we?
basically, I just want you folks to know that this is happening. know the details about it as soon as I find out about it.
So we don't know what it's gonna be entailed, right?
It would probably be public works staff. Being available to tell the public, particularly those people who live in that corner area. It goes, the project will be about the location of the police station, library, all the way down to this intersection at Country Vista. And it's just a way to let people know about what the project will entail, anticipate, closures, delays, et cetera.
So that's on Mission between Country Vista. It's on Mission all the way past Rocky Hills.
It's just, from what they told me, it's just west of that turnaround, that,
Turn around.
yeah,
Oh, so it's
Mission
just- oh, it's
and
west of that,
Moulter.
it's not east of it.
not east.
Oh.
Did I say east?
No, you didn't. So it's just that stretch between Safeway and the portal.
Pretty much there, from there to around the area of the library building.
Right. Okay. Well, more business and residential, so.
More
honestly.
information about that on the podcast that went up this afternoon,
Okay.
about the project itself.
Okay.
Shouldn't take that long.
Anybody else have any comments on the city hall updates? I know we'll be talking about the sign code here. There's
Yeah.
its own separate.
Some of that is preview for agenda items.
I just want to say thanks for your help, David and Marlene, for our little reappointment situation. So
Or you and Bill?
Oh,
glad,
yeah.
glad we're all here.
Me too.
I was ready to jump on.
So,
I was ready.
yeah,
but
thank you.
David handled it.
Sort of speaking of which and tying into what Mark said. Yes, we do have some other new applications in for this group and we're just waiting for the mayor to be able to sort through those and schedule interviews. And once I know when that will be, I will let you all be informed and get this beyond 6 people again.
Great.
Nice.
I
Excellent.
don't think we have any applicants from Aaron's East Zone yet, though. Still trying to fill that spot.
Well, we're at the point now, where,
Zone Schmoan.
honestly, just want to get some people on the commission, that's what we need.
Okay, any other comments? Or discussion? Okay. Now we got discussion and business. We have to do an election of the 2025 chair and vice chair. So let's go on to chair first. Those who have an interest in the nomination for that election, say
I would like to nominate
something.
my partner to my right, left here, Summer Darrow, to be our new chairman.
Boy, and I
Chairperson?
second that.
Okay,
Thank you, Bill.
right.
Nominations don't require a second, but.
Oh, well.
I
do it-
appreciate the
endorsement is
endorsement.
appreciated,
Thank you.
probably.
Anyone else?
Anyone else? Okay. All in favor? Oh,
Well,
well.
let's find out if she's interested.
Yeah.
I was just checking. Anyone else? No? Yeah, I'd love to. Sounds great.
Okay.
Good.
All in favor?
Hi.
Hi.
Excellent.
Hi, yeah.
What did I do?
Yeah,
You have friends in low places, dear.
there you go, Darrow.
Any opposed?
Any opposed? Don't think so.
It's unanimous.
Unanimous. 2025 vice chair. That leaves it to Mark, Arlene, or Bill.
Or how
Or-
about Robin?
All
I'd
right.
like to nominate Arlene for our vice chair.
Hmm. I'm gonna nominate Bill Norman over here.
Okay.
I think Bill Norman.
Just, I'm just going off the face over there.
I know.
Little face.
He just looked like he wanted to nominate
And
himself. so
I've had
I
fun
think
working with
I'm all
Bill.
style, no substance.
It's all right. Same. Well,
Okay,
anyone else?
I think I'd like to nominate Bill Norman as well.
Good.
okay, so let's
Do you
first go
wanna
with,
do- Since we have 2 people, do you want to do private votes or?
just raise our hands. I don't think, so all those in favor of Bill Norman, raise your hand.
We didn't ask if he's interested, but we don't care.
Mm. Okay,
Okay, change seats. Come on, Robin,
And-
get back in here with the gallery.
I think it's official yet.
No, I'm just joking.
And
Have a
Arlene Fisher. Okay, Arlene saying no, okay. So
You're up, Bill.
looks like the nomination for vice chair goes to Bill Norman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? That was unanimous.
I,
Good.
Well,
I,
was it unanimous or was it 4-1?
Unanimous.
Oh,
Or
41?
one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
Sorry
okay.
about that.
Sorry, yes, because she was the, yeah,
Because he,
I voted for her.
that's what, okay, sorry.
4-1.
4-1.
I,
Glad to-
it has just been on my mind
You.
to say that the only leadership this commission has known since its beginning are
Rob?
Robin and Summer,
Summer.
I believe.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would agree.
And it seems that there should be some ceremony or acknowledgement of the good work and the patient work that you both have done, as I would say, especially Robin has just been so constant and kept her foot on the pedal when not all of us were as eager to move or do.
Oh, thank you, that's me, forward.
Anyways, it has, I think we have been fortunate to have a inaugural or initial leadership team like you do. I mean, it's set a wonderful tone for the commission.
Yeah, Robin, I've learned a lot from you. So anything I do from this point on is definitely Robin's fault for her
Oh,
for her mentorship and
well, thank you. Thank you to all. It's been a fun group and I'm still gonna stay in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're,
Yeah, you-
oh,
We can elect you again in a year.
no, I would echo Bill's comments as well. Robin, you've been fantastic. So I really enjoy working with
No,
you.
I appreciate that. I enjoy the group.
Yeah, it's fun. We're-
I do too.
I
I think-
enjoy the group.
the good news is the skills that you bring to this group don't change in your position. You're just going to keep on planning and making lists and spreadsheets and adding to our work stuff. And I'm
And
here
work-
for it.
And work plans.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Videos and history. Right?
Thank you. Like I said, I'll be here next month. It'll just be seated in a different chair. See, Bill, somehow you, Summer, and I will just change. I'll be over there and then
Yeah,
you'll be over here, Bill, and Summer will be here.
there you
That's
go.
it.
That's it. Awesome.
can I also add my comment too?
Yeah, sure.
When this group started, it was brand new, just a few months into it. Jan Camp had been kind of overseeing the meetings and I oversaw the meetings for a few months. And whenever you have a first-time person seated up front next to that wooden mallet, that person defines what that role is for the group and kind of defines a lot about what the group's function is.
Yeah.
And Robin has done a lot of that in defining how this group operates and the nature of it and the camaraderie you folks have and adding on to beyond the official duties, which is quote, to facilitate the meetings, by also just stepping up and representing the group at various events and functions and other, council meetings, joint meetings with other commissions. So just, I'll add to everybody else, a well-done precedent for 2 years for Robin. And I think some of the things you established will still be part of what happens at the front of that group of tables in the months to come.
Well, we just always have to make it certain elements is we have some fun doing it as we're moving forward, you guys. So
Exactly.
I know that you'll move it forward that way. All the confidence in the world. Thank you. And next, 2025 Community Satisfaction Survey, Mark
Oh, Mark.
McAvoy.
Do a quick sound check. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right, cool. Well, I don't know that there's much to report on the survey itself, other than the invitations went out on Monday, and they have obviously hit mailboxes because we've started getting responses. We're up to about 15 or so far, and so we consider that to be a good start. We're encouraged by that. The goal is to get to 500, and so we've got a long way to go, but we're encouraged by the response so far. And so the plan going forward is if we aren't at 500 responses by January 27th, we're going to we're using Walt's mailing service again this year. And so if by January 27th we don't have the 500, we're going to authorize them to mail out the next batch of invitations. And so the plan is to mail them in batches of 1,500 until we get to 500, so that we can save, incremental cost on the mailing and printing. And so that's the plan. We'll continue to brief back to the commission as this unfolds, and the overall goal is to have the survey, the responses compiled into a report much earlier in the year this year than we did last year, so that we can begin using them to develop the 2026 budget much earlier in the cycle than we did, and give residents a true opportunity to provide feedback on the budget development. So that's our goal this year. And like I said, we're off to a good start. We're encouraged. So we'll continue to brief the commission as it unfolds. Any questions about the survey itself or the timeline or anything that I've described earlier?
I've got one, Mark.
Yeah.
Do they have the capability? I know you can go, do the QR code and get online, but is there a capability of them coming possibly to City Hall to pick up a hard copy? We do have people.
Not,
Go ahead.
not this year. Although if someone called and requested that, because on the invitation, there's a encouragement on there to call City Hall if there are any questions. If somebody requested that option, we would try to help them complete the survey by whatever means we could, but we're not mailing out hard copies this year in the same way that we did last year. But on a case by case basis, if someone made that request, we would help them out.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for that update, Mark, and I hope we continue to get good responses.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
So, if anybody, I attended via Zoom the Planning Commission meeting when they did the sign code update, and I don't know if those were able to see it on YouTube or not, but I know that their Planning Commission and department is doing a sign code update, and there's going to be a public engagement component. Now, I don't know how we will fit in, but there's going to be a joint meeting, and that we will be invited to that. Now, is it February the 26th?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I have. So if everybody can put that on their calendar, I think it's at 4 o'clock, correct?
Mhm.
Here?
So 4 o'clock, yes, here on February the 26th, there will be a joint meeting with the Planning Commission. I believe we'll have more information at that time, correct, David?
Yeah, but let me amend your phrasing there. It's not an official meeting of this group. It's more, and I keep confirming this with Lisa Key.
Okay,
This
Thank you.
is a meeting of the Planning Commission to which members of the CEC have been invited to attend and participate.
thank you. Thank you for that correction. So we will come more as observing.
Well, active as observers.
Active, okay, we will,
Vocal
act-
observers, hopefully.
active observers.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
When we're talking, I just want to, what's sign code update? What's sign code?
Oh,
Yeah, what is the?
the signs that you see, I mean, that,
Yeah.
that,
Martin, are you still there? Yeah. go ahead.
yeah.
Is it signs that for businesses? Is it road signs? What is it?
So Mark, these are primarily signs that are for private development. So any kind of commercial sign, any kind of what is called an off-premise sign, like you see on pedestal signs, say out in front of a strip center that have an individual panel for each of the businesses that are in the strip center. Those are the signs typically that are involved, or regulated, I should say, by the sign code. We're not talking about um, street signs or stop signs or traffic control devices. It does get into things like real estate signs in yards and garage sale signs and all of the other signs that you might find in the right of way. And in fact, as you may recall, over the last couple of Novembers, we've had some conversations about campaign signs. So the sign code would address campaign signs, and there's been quite a bit of discussion over the last decade or so about the constitutionality of a lot of municipal sign codes. And one of the reasons why we thought it was important now to revise our sign code is because we've been challenged on a couple of occasions on the constitutionality of some of our provisions. And so that'll be addressed through the revision of the sign code. But it's primarily related to commercial signage on commercial property.
Okay, thank you.
And I would say that the video online is perhaps boring and worth skipping through a little bit if you're really not here for the whole thing, but it did answer questions and was kind of fun too. Kind of in a nerdy way, it was kind of fun. Do we care about how many people show up for this meeting? Is there too many of us can show up for this? Not
As
quite
many as
actually.
you are able to attend. I
Okay.
think that's the good answer.
Okay.
Never too many.
Well,
If we all can show up, but you have to work.
no, I'm just saying when we have quorum-y issues and too many.
Don't have to worry about.
Okay.
Oh, we're even out there.
Are we out there?
Yeah, we're out there. I'm talking the audience.
Probably.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
like, that's what
In fact, I hope
active
8 of you. show up.
observation is.
If
Sure.
it was 8 of us, we would show up.
That's what I'm saying.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Perfect. Okay, 2025.
Actually, I
CEs.
do have one update, informational update on this material from December that I sent you. I just got informed again by Lisa this afternoon. There's a timetable on that last page
Mhm,
as a reference to an open house or open houses starting in February.
mhm.
Lisa is thinking that calendar is being pushed back a bit, so not likely an open house for the sign code in February, but we don't know any dates yet.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Write that down on my notes. Schedule may change.
And it looks like, from what I got in that first meeting, looks like much, I don't know how much, but much of the outreach and outreach materials will be originating from this Burke Consulting Group out of the Seattle area. So we'll find out more about that in February, I guess.
Yeah, because I understand that they probably will be leading this, a large part of it.
I think maybe what Lisa's also mentioned that possibly what may emerge out of at least that first, the February meeting is materials that maybe Burke would provide for you folks to distribute or provide surveys during farmers market season. That's a possibility.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're all good at the farmer's market because we've all been there a lot.
What to do.
Let's move and divide it. I'd like to go 2025. We'll talk about the CEC work plan. So Aaron, I always called it Aaron's work plan, and he had a great work plan. So I'm going to try and contact him to see if, would he mind, because it was done on an Excel spreadsheet and he really did typecast that out well. So I'm going to put it on my to-do list to contact him and see, would he mind providing us
you'll do
the
it.
template for
You'll
that.
do that. Yeah.
So that's on my to-do list. Because it really was, when he was going through that, that really was very complete. You know, we provided him some information, he was designing it, and very nice. So now, David had some ideas on the video project.
Just
He
throwing
pres-
out possibilities.
Yeah, so the 2025 video project, David, I'm going to let you throw out some of your ideas.
Where to start on this one? You know, you've heard my comments just earlier, a couple of months ago regarding my review of the city ordinance regarding this group and what the functions are. And one thing I would throw out there as a possibility is for this group to come up with a subcommittee to decide what type of project this video project could be, what's the focus of it, and then looking at what needs to be planned out for that, and then coming back to the group on that. Another thing I would recommend out there, and this is part of a call I had with Robin last week. Again, looking back at the ordinance and how there is this phrasing in there about how this commission pursues projects or assignments that are directed by the city council or the mayor. Possibly when you folks have your workshop meeting with them, which it's not been scheduled yet. I do know they want to talk town hall at some point. Again, they haven't scheduled a date for that. They haven't scheduled a topic for town hall, but it was brought up at the last city council meeting to maybe talk town hall when they meet with you again. I would hope not too long from now.
Yeah, that was my question. Do we have a date set for?
No, it's looking at their schedule. I don't think it's going to happen during February.
Yeah.
I question that it's going to happen in March. I would hope that it would happen no later than April.
Yeah, I think
because-
so too.
The active season starts right after that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one idea to put out there is when you have this open dialogue back and forth with the city council that night, whenever it is this spring, bring up one thing you may want to do is bring up this video project you have, this idea you have, and what instruction, what ideas might they have, and maybe what ideas do you have that you can get their feedback on? And if they can give you feedback, instructions, requests, that could fit in with the phrasing of Ordinance 277, Section 1. Just throwing out those ideas for you.
Okay.
I would say possibly on a more immediate basis, you could at least put together a subcommittee to start brainstorming ideas. And that could be a beneficial collection of information to have when this workshop does happen with the city council.
I'm kind of in favor. I agree. I think those are great. It's a great idea and it's a great starting point, but I don't think we need one more committee. I think we could do that as a group. Seems like if you do committee, what's your action plan and what do we get done? So I think we could do it. We're all really smart people.
Yeah, I think for a committee for this type of thing would be when we get to a place of a bigger project that maybe needs actual writing. We talked about actual script writing, recording, logistics, all that. That at that point maybe becomes a sort of production group of some sort of subcommittee kind of thing. But yeah, at this point, I think maybe it doesn't have to be yet another sort of club within a club.
So should we put that on the February and brainstorm out some ideas?
Yes.
Get the flip chart or the whiteboard
Mhm.
and start
That's
going
up to the
forward?
New chairman and chairperson and assistant.
Huh?
I think we'll say yes.
Yes.
And
And I think we ought to put Robin in charge of.
I think it's a great choice. Work plan, video work plan. I had three quick, and again, we could go over these or care about these or make a whole list of these, next meeting. There is a bug here. One thing I was thinking is maybe a video component to the upcoming or an upcoming town hall meeting. Whether that's, I mean, obviously we're not recording the meeting. We're not, streaming the meeting, which we do for other things. So maybe there is some media component to that. Maybe it's just a real down and dirty, question and answer afterwards little thing where we make a little recap or something, again, to kind of show that we're doing that. I think all of my things are going to be things that just kind of show what the CEC does through the actual thing, not, a list of that, but just touching on all the projects. So
Are you talking about showing at the town hall or
Uh,
video of the town hall?
I'm leaving it up to maybe a future meeting, but something involving it. So either it could be after the fact, someone walks around, does little interviews, or feedback moments or whatever, or during, maybe there's a little bit of video captured and there's a quick edit of the event overall. Maybe the whole thing is recorded and that's important this time. Maybe there's a video that we show that people, have questions that they want to virtually ask at the town hall meeting, whatever that looks like. Again, I don't want to waste our time on it now, but some component maybe. And again, I'm just going to bring up, I think that each project, and this is like the survey is kind of up right now, has some video component, whether that's a 30-second thing with the mayor saying the importance of doing something, or someone who's appropriate to that, or someone who just took it, or David talking about literally anything, but just considering a quick video component to each of our sort of important pushes or asks. And they could be creative and interesting, or they could be just to have a visual component to things, so that we're not just putting a picture and some text up on the community site, any of the sites. And then lastly, and again, this can go in a million directions, but our city council update. The other commissions sometimes use the screen a little bit more with some slides and some things about what they're doing. I could see that if we started getting a little bit more, either just footage or pictures or whatever,
I agree.
whether
Yeah.
that's a slideshow or a literally 30-second video,
Yeah.
as part of our update, maybe that's something we can think about.
PowerPoint,
Right.
That's
And call that part of our video whatever that is, right?
that's a good idea.
That's all I got.
So let's, I think that's when we talk about that, more in February during our brainstorming. What can we do to improve
Sure.
our presence? Does that sound
Give us
good?
a month to think about it too, so. Come
Yeah.
up with some ideas and bring them.
So that's on your to-do list, everybody.
Homework. Your last.
Homework, yeah, Mike. That's right.
As if she'll give up on that.
Yes.
You guys will,
Positioning will not change that.
you guys will really be happy. No more homework. But it's my last time to give you guys homework.
David, when's the next time that we're giving a report to the city council?
I was gonna leave that up to you.
Who we do in
I don't know.
March?
What's,
Not, because nothing's really.
I was gonna say, there hasn't been much.
So I was
lately.
just thinking maybe we just do it in March.
Okay,
After our February meeting, like that. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
That sounds good. So there were two things. We'll do an update in March
Mhm.
after our February meeting, but we also, I think we also need to try and hone in a little bit better on the workshop meeting too with the city council and trying to get a maybe more defined date for us.
That's up to our.
That's up to you, David. So that's
March
your,
or April.
that's your to-do list.
Looks like it'll be March or April, so. we'll
That's
just-
what I think too.
you know, If we know by the next meeting, that would be nice,
Yes,
our next meeting, then we can kind of prepare for it.
and yeah, this
Agreed.
gives you some time to come up with topics.
yes.
And grab out our previous list of, their questions, our answers, how we've addressed things,
Right.
Yes.
benchmark.
Mm-hmm.
And I think January, February is pretty busy for the city council because they have legislative updates where they go to Olympia.
Yeah.
And then there's one other thing that they do. There's one other legislative thing and it escapes me right now. But-
Is, yeah, I know.
Yeah, because legislation just opened up in the next 100 days, so.
Is Mark McAvoy still online? Oh, okay. Can we ask, how is the city council schedule looking for the next few months?
Are you asking about the availability of workshop slots or?
The availability of a possible workshop with the city council?
So I don't have it in front of me, but if memory serves, based on our last agenda review, there are some openings in late February, meaning the second February meeting, and into March. So if you want to reserve one of those 6 p.m. slots, I would encourage you to do that as quickly as possible.
So to the group commission, maybe we should be looking at reserving a spot right now.
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
So I feel like we just morphed. We were talking about reporting to the city council, which is a different beast. And now we're talking about our workshop
Yeah.
with them.
we did morph. Sorry. Because
Did you have anything else on
we
the-
were just
on the
going to do
update?
just,
So
Enough.
thinking about the engagement, I do think we would want a little time to prepare for that and to maybe incorporate some of the ideas that have been articulated today so that our approach maybe is a little different, although well, yeah, so giving ourselves enough time to be prepared for that so that we have some influence over the agenda and how that we go through it.
So if our February meeting has our potential March City Hall update on the agenda to work out something, does that sound
Okay, so that's the update,
for the update?
not the workshop.
And then the
The
workshop,
update and the workshop are two different entities.
I know,
Right.
that's why, and
So-
I'm confused about which one we're talking.
okay, so so the first one being the update, so because
March.
it's small
You're,
and
you're
we,
talking about the update. where
Yes,
somebody's at the
yeah.
podium, not
yeah,
behind
where
you, but-
somebody's up there.
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
Cool, I'm
Right.
cool with that.
So that's the first thing. That's easy. Our next meeting, we'll talk about who or what is going to happen at our March
We can do that on
update
the
up
4th,
here.
Yeah.
We can do that on the March 4th. Ask them if we can get on the agenda for the March 4th meeting. And then I was looking at the 18th, I think it was, for the workshop.
And that way we're kind of on their mind already and we've presumably,
Okay, but
said
didn't
something.
we just hear Mark say to us that for that, the workshop together, we need to get that on their calendar?
That's right.
yes. So now
Right.
we're going to look at the two choices to be the end of February or
Okay,
the,
maybe we should
March
revisit the vote earlier.
so March 18th would be,
so
no,
March,
you got this.
Okay,
Our two choices would be a February workshop potentially, or a
Yes.
March workshop potentially, which would be the 18th at 6 o'clock.
18th of
March.
And I think March
March
gives
would
us
be
enough.
better, yeah.
I believe March would be, it would give us ample time to plan better.
Exactly. Right. Agree.
That's for the workshop at the dais with city council and us sort of sitting there which is exclusive of the update. That's different. That's just our monthly update. 5 minutes. So,
I think it took care of number 7 already.
so to schedule that, is that, David, is that you or should I talk to Mark McAvoy or can we?
We both have it. And I would actually also recommend offer some, or at least know about some backup dates in case city council decides to put something else up there. You know, you never know
Yeah, that's
what
true.
they may prioritize.
Well, backup dates would be farther out, so it'd probably be April sometime, whenever their next meeting.
Yeah, I would say that the next,
And I would
yeah,
emphasize.
the next-
Hopefully no later than April.
it would be the next meeting, yeah, between
April 1st. is the
First, yeah.
Tuesday, and then 15th.
and the
so-
15th. Ooh, the 15th tax day.
Yeah.
So those would be the 3 days. The preferred option is March 18th. And then we just second April 1st.
Well, according to.
Oh, that's April Fool's Day.
Yeah, according to Mark, though, there's nothing on the agenda. They don't have a workshop scheduled for March, so he said that's why get it
Right.
quickly. So
Yes,
if we get it on the 18th, we can get before anyone else does, so
okay,
shoot for the 18th, and
Let's
then if
do it.
not, we'll punt for the 1st or the 15th
okay.
of April.
So David, you can get us on that agenda? Do we need to make a
And what
formal
about our
request?
standing Tuesday?
With this note, I'll see if I'll get somebody
Okay.
to stand in.
Thanks.
I will, the best I can do is I will make, or Mark and I will make the request. and
Sure.
it's up to
Okay,
council to
that's what
decide
I'm
what
saying.
they
If
want.
you can send in the request.
And just let us know.
So let me interject here. If you've got dates that you propose, and I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing all of the detail of the conversation. But if you have dates certain that you proposed, David, just provide those to Kelsey
Okay.
and we'll get it slotted in. And then let everybody know which one is available and which one you're actually in.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
They meet next Tuesday, I believe.
Okay, other upcoming, other upcoming opportunities. So I know that if you remember when we were at Barefoot in the Park, Parks and Arts was having they had Post-it notes up there on the big whiteboard, and it was for equipment at Pavilion Park. So I know that they want to continue some type of an engagement opportunity and work in partnership with us. And it'll probably be during the farmer's market where we can look at providing them support on that. They have not exactly identified what that will be, but they would like to either have a couple of us come talk to them at their meeting, or they would come and talk to us at our meeting.
So one question I have is, and I haven't kept up on the parks like I should have, but in Liberty Lake, do they have an inclusive park for children with challenges? Do they have one of those here? No.
I'm not
So
aware
I
of
think
it,
there's
but
They
perhaps
do
some
have
inclusive
that-
elements
yeah.
at the
Elements,
different
okay,
park,
elements,
but I
okay.
don't,
That orchard.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they have that, well, especially, of course, I live right near Orchard, but at Orchard, there's several features that have inclusivity.
There was this thing called a Smarty board that got installed at that park
Yes,
last year. that-
uh-huh, they
What's that?
call
it's,
the
I don't know,
Smarty
Several
board.
dozen little pictures with words and helps with cognitive learning and pointing.
It's good for autistic, my grandson.
Awesome, good.
So I would just say, stay tuned on that, and we should hear some more on that. Okay. Is there anything else under discussions and business for other upcoming opportunities?
No, I'll bring it up no, I'll wait till the next meeting. Agenda.
sounds like an upcoming opportunity.
Yeah, it does. It is.
Okay,
It's a yearly.
okay. Let's move on. So the next meeting is February the 19th, 2025, 6 p.m. Any requested items for the agenda beyond what we have discussed?
I'd like us to discuss, add to the event calendar. Think we should get that finalized, we think, David?
We can do that.
Yep. And I got some ideas on how we can improve it over from last year to this year.
Cool.
We can
Okay.
discuss that next month.
Anything else? Or other beyond what we've discussed? If not,
Honestly, I think we're pretty full with what we've got coming up.
we are,
Got a lot, yeah.
yeah,
It
we have a
doesn't look
lot.
like a lot, but there is a lot there.
Is there anything else for the good of the order? If not, meeting is going to be adjourned.
You're
Till next month.
Come on, do
Good
it.
job there, Rob.
Do it.
I've never done this, the whole,
One time at the beginning.
yeah, because they